Hey, it's Brook. What's going on? I have a page in my chord book dedicated to power chords. And what I have people do are fourths. So the first one's E. Then you go to the fourth, which is A. And just try to get some momentum going, changing from chord to chord. So of course that's your first finger. It's kind of like in the rock and roll rule book, you must use your first finger on a E5, according to me. This would be amateur, or you could use anything you want, but index. So we're just working on eighth notes. The second example is A to D. So we're going in fourths. The fourth of E is A, so now we'll go A to D, because the fourth of A is D. And it keeps going on that. Now the fourth of A is D, so we'll do D to its fourth, G. So we're going in a circle of fourths. D. So that D is like a normal D. I'm just trying to not hit the first string. My G looks like that. I call it a rock and roll G, or an AC/DC G. I'm blocking the A string. On the underside of my middle finger. So that's a D to G. You've heard that? Pretty basic stuff, right? Now we got our G to C. In this case, no more open strings for a second. We can go. Very basic, right? But not everybody knows this, so that's why it's in my book, my chord book. I have some copies available. Next is C to F. You could do this. Eighth fret. Next is F to B flat. Just basic rock and roll garbage, right? You gotta know this stuff. Next is B flat to E flat. At some point, you might want to add the 5. A 1, 4, 5. You probably want to do that, don't you? You can hear it, but for now, we're trying to not do that. B flat to E flat, and then E flat to A flat. Next is A flat to D flat. Finally, D flat, not finally, D flat to G flat. Then we can go G flat to B. Which gets me to the place I want to be here. Check it out. I'm going to do B5 to E5. Now we can use some open strings again. In this case, the B5 would be like a 2, 4, 4, and you can add an open B too. Now watch when you go to the E. Watch my pinky. On that E5, I'm just keeping my pinky on the 3rd string, 4th fret. My pointer finger's covering the 5th and 4th string, 2nd fret. I'm hitting maybe anywhere from 2 to 5 or 6 strings on that E5, which is E, B, E, B, B, E, if you hit them all. But you don't have to. You can hit 2 strings on the B, or 3 or 4. You got options. And so that B note just keeps ringing the B string through both chords. If you went to another A or something, you'd have all kinds of songs. So of course, you know, the key of B, key of E, key of A, D, and G are all great keys for rock and roll because of the open strings. But again, let's do that B to E again because it's super cool. I think we went all the way around the circle of fourths. So that's in my book. There's a few more examples, like stuff like something like that, or as far as just little patterns. So after that, after you master your power chords, you can really kind of play rock and roll rhythm, theoretically. If you have a little bit of imagination, a little bit of drive, and can connect a few dots on your own, I'll hold your hand as long as I can, but eventually you must figure this out on your own just by sliding those around, make them weird. What I play is very square here. This is very safe, nurturing, you know, kind of like classroom stuff. But really, in the real world, they're going to get weirder and more strange sounds or more weird combinations. You can still do pop music like you know, that Greasy Kid stuff. Alright, man. This is serious stuff. Quit messing around. Alright, man. Get your power chords down. Let me know if this is too boring or too hard or too easy or too dumb. Because the truth lies somewhere in the middle of all that. It's pretty easy, really. But you just got to get your hands used to those power chords. There really can't be any delay. If somebody says B flat, you got to go to B flat like right now. It can't be, well, let me go look it up in my book. You really have to know it. It can't, yeah. The stuff has to be pretty instant. There's really, you know, there's no time to not know this. So if you're lacking in your power chords, don't worry. With a couple of weeks of practice, you can master these and you'll have them down forever. But don't delay getting your power chords down. If you like any sort of rock and roll, blues, punk rock, heavy metal, whatever you call that stuff, rockabilly, I don't care, R&B, any kind of popular guitar music is going to be made of power chords. So don't neglect that, okay? Thanks so much. And subscribe if you can. That'd be awesome. Let me know if you need a copy of my book, because those chords are all written out in the book.